We got predictions for Emmett versus Vallejos, another night in the Apex, and this card is an absolute banger. There's going to be a lot of finishes on this fight night. I think a lot of good scraps. I think the main event's going to be Ilia Topuria versus Josh Emmett 2.0, pretty much. But let's get straight into it. Starting off with the early prelim of Pierre Rodriguez versus Sam Hughes, another WMMA rematch. I think Pierre Rodriguez, she's the better striker, more damaging striker in this matchup. Sam Hughes has good aggression, good wrestling. But I think Pierre Rodriguez is going to get another win over her. Just more output, more damaging strikes, and just take it to a decision. Not much to say for this fight, and I don't really care. So, next up, Elijah Smith versus Su Young Yu. So, Su Young Yu is a more experienced fighter in this matchup. He's got good grappling himself, good wrestling ability. He's got good boxing. And I think Elijah Smith on the other side, when he comes to the grappling, he sometimes puts himself in bad positions by being a little too overzealous, you could say, over aggressive. But I think he's got to have a big reach advantage, 6-inch reach, a decent height, nothing crazy, nothing too crazy, but he has better physicality in his weight class. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's more explosive. And I think when it comes to the grappling, if it does get to the ground, which I think it will, they're going to be able to scramble well. I think these guys could both initiate their own grappling. Elijah Smith has some good ground and pound as well. And I think in this matchup, the grappling is going to be pretty even, But on the feet, I think Elijah Smith is going to be able to use his range, jab, combos, low kicks, and his explosive ability. He's more powerful, more explosive, like I said. I think he's going to land the bigger, more damaging shot. So I'm going to take him by decision. I could see a finish here, like early on from Elijah Smith, but I'm going to go decision here. And I think he gets it done, being more explosive, being more damaging in the strikes, and the grappling is going to be pretty even in this matchup. Next up, Bia Mosquito versus Montse Rendon. Montse Rendon, she's not anything great, honestly. She's a decision machine, like most of these fighters are in the women's divisions, especially outside the rankings. She's more of a top control type of grappler, but that doesn't really matter against Bia Mosquito because she has some crazy jiu-jitsu accolades. She has submissions from the top, from the bottom. She can get her wrestling going to get it to the ground. She has good ground and pound, and she's very damaging on the ground, which is good. You don't see that a lot in women's MMA, honestly, especially outside the rankings. So I think she's going to dominate this fight, honestly. I'm fine with the striking. It's okay. It's nothing crazy. But I think she's going to take this one to the ground and find a sub. She's good off her back, on top. She gets good ground and pound. So I'm going like a round 1 or 2 finish. I think she's going to dominate this fight, honestly, and just beat the shit out of Montse Rendon. Next up, we got Luan Lacerda versus Hector Sosa. Spaniard, but not like the other Spaniards. Not like a Joel Alvarez. Not like a Ilia Topuria. Doesn't have the same finishing ability. But, he has good pressure, good cardio. He's a bit aggressive. He has good boxing, good combos. He has good grappling as well. He prioritizes top positions, so it could get a little stinky at times, the way he fights, honestly. And Luan Lacerda, he's a guy who has an active guard. He likes to be on his back. But I think Hector Sosa's just going to out-damage him. He's going to be able to get his own wrestling, his own grappling going. I'm not very interested in this fight. I know Hector Sosa had a nice little story where he was talking about, I think his dad died the week of his Dana White Contender Series fight. He did get a finish in that fight, but I don't think we'll get one here. I think we'll go to decision for Hector Sosa and just be more active on the feet, being the better striker as well. And I think it's just a decision win, not anything too exciting in this fight. Now we got Vallejos versus Manuel Sosa. Manuel Sosa's only got a knockout Mauricio Ruffi. On his Contender Series fight, he was getting out-grappled and losing the fight until he got a big knockout. And Vallejos, on the other hand, he's not a great grappler. He's not great on the feet. He's very explosive but open. He's erratic. He's one of those guys that's like pure chaos. And he snatched defeat from the jaws of victory against his fight with Mason Jones. He almost had Mason Jones out of there, honestly. And didn't get it done. I think Manuel Sosa is going to have an advantage on the feet here and on the ground. He's the better striker, like I said. And I think he's going to get a knockout here, round 1 or 2. I could see even a submission, because he's going to have the grappling advantage, like I said. But I think he gets this one done by knockout. Round 1 or 2. Vallejos is a very come out fast, explosive, but open. And I don't think that's going to be good here against Manuel Sosa. He has a lot of finishing potential, like I said, on the ground, on the feet. And I think he gets this one done early finish, round 1 or 2. Now, not main event of the prelims. Damn, this is that deep on the prelims? This should low-key be the co-main event. This is a banger fight. Chris Curtis versus Miktabek Orolbai. Miktabek Orolbai's been looking very good his last few fights. I think his last 3 fights are Hermanson, Tafik Musayev, and was it Orolbai? Not fucking Rebecki fight before that? It might have been. So, in this fight, I like Chris Curtis. He has good tight boxing. He has decent takedown defense. I mean, look at the numbers. 82% is very good. Takedown defense is pretty good. But he just leaves something to be desired. His split decision against Max Griffin. I don't think it was a split decision. I think he clearly won that fight. But for me, it was like he had good. He should have finished that fight. Honestly, he had good pressure. His combos are always nice with his boxing. But I felt like he was leaving. I remember watching that fight. I'm like, yo, add a punch or two to your combos. Add a punch or two. Be more aggressive. He made it too close. Like, I think he clearly won the fight, but he made it too close where it was a split decision. And he's shown at middleweight he's lost against some good grapplers. But he does have decent, like I said, takedown defense, decent scrambling ability. But on Miktabek Orolbai's side, he's a good striker as well. He's very powerful. We just saw him put out Jack Hermanson. Yes, that was part of the fight with RoboCop less than 5 months later coming back and cutting down 15 pounds. That's a dumbass decision. I think you're asking to get killed there. Orolbai is a little defensively unsound because the way he pressures, he kind of reminds me of like an old Bilal, where he's like wide stance. He's like kind of like waddling around and like just kind of looking for a shot, but he's very on the front foot, on the gas, on the pressure, and he's got to look for takedowns. And Chris Curtis, he does kind of stand up tall like this sometimes and flat-footed, and just he's just tall, which I think is going to leave him open to takedowns, and Miktabek Orolbai will be able to get takedowns here. And, you know, I think he could get a finish. I believe in Chris Curtis's survivability on the ground and on the feet. He's been hurt before, which I could see. I could see a knockout or sub for Orolbai later on in the fight, like second or third round. But I think Orolbai, he's gonna win this by decision. I could say Orolbai by whatever, because I think he's gonna win this fight clearly, because he has, like I said, better output, better pressure. His striking is good. He's gonna be able to take him down. And he's strong. Like he's nicely sized for welterweight. They're pretty similar in size and stature. I saw it at the ceremonial weigh-ins or the face-offs. I think Miktabek Orolbai is gonna win this. I'm leaning decision, but I could see a finish round like 2 or 3. I'd say, especially maybe a sub. He takes Chris Curtis down, out grapples him because he's gotta have a grappling advantage here. But I'm gonna go decision in this one. Now, Brad Tavares versus Eric Anders. I swear these guys are like the same type of guy. But Brad Tavares, not really in this picture, but there's some pictures of Brad Tavares. I think there's another picture of him that they use. He looks like a bot. Like he looks like a Roblox. He's like Roblox face to me. I don't know. It just looks so like I don't know. But Tavares, he looked like shit against whatever his name is. Fucking Brychek, who said never ever believe in yourself, or whatever he said. Give up on yourself. This Tavares, his striking is bad, as we saw. His boxing, he had a boxing disadvantage that fight. He's a decent BJJ, doesn't have great power, doesn't have great takedown defense. I mean, it's 81%. I thought it was a little worse. And Eric Anders, his striking isn't great either. He's got decent wrestling. Decent top control, but these guys are both washed. I'm just like, eeny, meeny, miny, moe this shit. But honestly, I'm gonna just pick Eric Anders. I think maybe without striking, maybe get his wrestling in. But this fight is fucking ass, dude. I think it's the Eric Anders retirement fight. Some bullshit. This fight is gonna be so bad. It's gonna. Oh my god, it's gonna be disgusting. Dude. I think it's Eric Anders by decision. I'm gonna go with Eric Anders by decision. But I think this is gonna be a stinky ass fight, and it's gonna. You're gonna smell it through the TV. I think. This is gonna be a fight where I'm on my phone. I'm gonna when I do the recap and be like, I didn't watch this shit. I was on my phone. I have no interest in this fight. It's gonna be shit. Now this fight, Vitor Petrino versus Steve Asplin. This is gonna be This is a very interesting fight because I feel like it's round 1 finish, maybe early round 2 finish for Vitor Petrino, or a late finish, maybe a decision by Steven Asplin. Because I think Steven Asplin has a boxing advantage here, the output advantage. He has good speed. His chin, not 100% sure about it, but he has good cardio, good output, like I said. And I think Vitor Petrino, his last fight with Thomas Peterson, did kind of slow down after the first round and a half or so, which isn't good against Thomas Peterson. But he did make him fucking belly flop in the octagon, like bad. He looked like a seal. And Steven Asplin, his fight with Sean Sheriff, yes, Maximum Holloway performance, but you know, Sean Sheriff, I don't think it's anything special. Steven Asplin, he doesn't have great head movement, and his Dana White Contender Series fight with him, it's just it's a blob off. He doesn't have great head movement. His power isn't like the regular heavyweight where he's like one shot, one hitter quitter, whatever the fuck they say. So, and the question is his grappling. He had one fight, I think it was like a year or two ago, with this guy Kovacs in LFA, where he had top position on him. He out-grappled him. He put him in some bad positions. Got good ground and pound off. And then his fight with Denzel Freeman, obviously he got his back taken and subbed rear naked choke, which Vitor Petrino has a decent back take ability and good rear naked choke. He got it on Austin Lane, which Austin Lane, okay, whatever. But Austin Lane never was subbed before that. He just got knocked the fuck out, usually. Which he's going to get knocked out next fight. He's getting fighting Iro Barnowski going down a weight class. Which is crazy. But I'm going to go Vitor Petrino in this. I think he has a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's more explosive. He's more powerful. He definitely has more finishing ability. Like just pure finishing ability. Not really like where it's cardio and his cardio is going to fall off like Aspen on the other hand. And like Aspen, I'm not... fuck, the odds aren't there, but whatever. Not the odds, but the takedown defense. I think Aspen is a little bit overrated, honestly. I like Vitor Petrino. I think he's not great, but he's had a nice little heavyweight run. I know he's fought Thomas Peterson and Austin Lane, but it's not good. Not good comp, but he was having a good fight with Dustin Jacoby before getting put out like Masvidal. I don't remember the Anthony Smith fight before he just dunked his head into a fucking guillotine like a dumbass. But he has a nice little resurgence. He's a nice, not really a prospect, but he's got some potential in the division, I think. And I think he's gonna be able to get Steven Asplin down, like go for a really big. He's a lot more experienced as well, in terms of just how long he's been fighting. And I think he's gonna be able to get like a blast double leg, take the back and sub Steven Asplin. I think he's a nice head and arm as well from top. So I think he's gonna get a submission here, maybe a TKO first round. I think first round, early second round, Vitor Petrino for the win. Wouldn't be surprised if Steve Aspen wins it though. But like how I said, like late TKO in the fight from just cardio mogging him. Now onto the main card, Charles Johnson versus Bruno Silva. This is a very interesting fight again. Charles Johnson, I think he's gonna have the range advantage. He's gonna have the range advantage. He'll be able to use his teeps, his jab. I don't know what the range. It's only 5-inch reach. But Bruno Silva's a guy who's aggressive. He's explosive. He's got good boxing. I think he's gonna have a wrestling and jiu-jitsu advantage here. Maybe Charles Johnson gets his own in there, but I think Bruno Silva's gonna have the grappling advantage in here as well. He just got he has pretty nice subs. He had a sub over Young Sung Park his last fight, which was a pretty good one. I think he was an underdog in that fight. Bruno Silva's gonna have a boxing advantage. His defense is okay there. I like it, but Charles Johnson, like I said, he has decent BJJ wrestling. He has good power, and he kind of could take over as the fight goes on. We've seen that before. Especially if Bruno Silva were to drop off in cardio. But the thing is, with this, if this was a regular fight, like this is the type of person Charles Johnson loses to. But even if it was a regular fight, like no outside circumstances that I'm about to get into, I would pick Charles Johnson. But he just got knocked out pretty bad like 5 or 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago. Against Alex Perez, like pretty bad. He's not he didn't get a suspension or anything, so maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe. I don't know, dude. Maybe it wasn't that bad, but it looked pretty bad. He got a lot of damage in that fight, and like I said, Bruno Silva is explosive boxer. Maybe if he gets a wrestling going and puts the hands down, and then he opens up a big shot. But I could see Charles Johnson also winning this, and I'm gonna go. I don't know how much I want to bank into that last performance because he is coming back soon. I don't think he got a suspension. He said he was fine right after the fight. He wanted to step in versus Brandon Moreno. I'm gonna pick him here by late TKO or decision over Bruno Silva, but it's a very, very shaky one. He could get sparked here in the first round again. But I'm going to go with him. I think he gets it done. Next up, Marwan Rahiki versus Harry Hardwick. Harry Hardwick is, just look at him. He looks like he should not be fighting. Looks like he works like a Best Buy or something. He looks like a fucking dork. A little scrunched little face. And I guess his Caio Fernandez fight was not good. But it was short notice, up a weight class, and Caio Fernandez is pretty fucking good. He got destroyed with low kicks, but he got wheeled out on a wheelchair. I don't like to see that. He's got good grappling. Like, he has the ability to take the back and choke you from there. He's good there, but his striking is just like, he's a true pitter-patter merchant. Like, his striking, he's not anything crazy there. He has no power. He has no physical gifts. Sadly. No physical gifts. I think he's like very weak. He lacks power. And I think Marwan Rahiki's got to have no respect for him. Marwan Rahiki is, like we saw in the fight with the Dana White contender, he has good survivability, durability. He's got the finishing power. He's got good kickboxing. He's got a good jab, good low kick, which could be something here. The reach is pretty similar. But I think he's going to get like a round 2 TKO. I think he's just to be able to not respect Harry Hardwick and just kind of put it on him, you know? And he's had decent grappling himself. Whatever, we haven't seen it. I keep forgetting he has like no fights in the UFC. I think he's able to get a knockout here, like second round, I'd say. Late first, second round. I'll go second round TKO. I think he's able to take over this fight and just have no respect for Harry Hardwick. Use his kickboxing because he's better at range. And he'd be like, oh shit, this guy cannot hurt me. Because he, like I said, he has good survivability, durability. He could get hit with some clean shots from Harry Hardwick and he's going to do nothing, I think. So I think he's going to knock him out in like the second round. I think he's going to bully him, son. Next up, Andre Fili versus Jose Miguel Delgado. An early finish for Jose Miguel Delgado. Andre Fili is not that great of a fighter. 25-12. He's been like 50-50 his last few fights. And he's got a shaky chin. He moves on the outside, but I think Jose Miguel Delgado, he has a good ability to cut off the cage. He has a lot of weapons. He has spinning attacks. He has knees, elbows, clinch work, good jab. Like, he's a fast starter. He's explosive. He's got good pressure. He's got good grappling. Like, he does all this stuff, and he's pretty technical while doing it. He had a good fight with Nathaniel Wood. I thought he won that. It was a close fight, but I think he's to be better everywhere against Andre Fili. I think he's going to knock him the fuck out in the first round. I don't have much to say about this fight. I think it's a weird fight for Jose Miguel Delgado, and I think he's going to come out, make a statement, knock the fuck out of Andre Fili in the first round. It's going to be a scrap while it lasts, but because Andre Fili comes to fight, he's touchy, but I think Jose Miguel Delgado gets him out of there. Now, Ian Cutelaba versus Umar Sy. Very interesting fight. Ian Cutelaba is a very erratic motherfucker. The whole scream in your face, Khalil Roundtree gets scared. Like, he struggled against bigger, meatier guys. He's got good grappling. He has good moments. He's got good power, finishing ability. But he's a 50-50 fighter. You don't know. He's like one of those guys like you don't know if he's going to come out looking great, come out looking shit. Umar Sy, on the other hand, he's a big guy. He fights good at range. I like his jab and his kicks. He's had decent wrestling. We saw him try to get Alonzo Menafield. He got stuck in a lot of weird positions though throughout that fight, like against the cage where he's just like this, kind of like Jolton Almeida shit. Good grappling, so I think if he gets it there, he could get a sub. But I don't know. He's just like, he's not like a true prospect to me. He did lose to Alonzo Menafield, who's decent. Nothing great, but I think he gets this one done by like submission around 2 or 3 or decision. I'm a lean decision on this one, and he could get fucking sparked, but I think he's a better fighter than Ion Cutelaba, and he has the physicality to win this fight against him and to like manage Cutelaba's craziness. He could get takedowns from that and then out grapple him, find a sub like that. But I think I'm gonna go decision here, and he's gonna be more technical on the feet, so I think he could fight out range, like jab, kick, like I said, get a decision. Next up, Amanda Lemos versus Jillian Robertson. Amanda Lemos have been slowing down on her fights. Like, she's a better striker. Jillian Robertson's a better grappler. Amanda Lemos has been slowing down on her fights, getting out grappled like easily. Jillian Robertson is gonna go out there and sub her, I think, in the second or third round. I think like Amanda Lemos, dude, she looks like a badass. Give her that. She's a true stud. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's got a good frame. She's Jillian Robertson. She's moving down from flyweight. I think she's gonna be able to get this one done. She has good grappling and wrestling. Obviously, like I said, the wrestling really. So I don't need to talk about here, because once she gets to the ground and grappling, I think she's gonna be able to out grapple Amanda Lemos like a lot of people have, especially her last few fights, and get a submission here, like round 2. Just keep checking my phone. I'm waiting on a call from my friend in jail. I've been giving him updates. He's pretty excited about all the fights coming up. He should be getting out soon, so I don't want to miss it because the phone only works one way. But we have one more fight to go over, and it's Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett has the ugliest abs I've ever seen. That shit looks disgusting. He gets mogged by Kevin Vallejos, the little frog. But yeah, bro. I mean, I think everyone knows this fight. I think it's not really if Kevin Vallejos will beat Josh Emmett. It's really if he'll knock him out, which I think he can. I wouldn't bank on it. I'm not super confident in it, but he has very sound boxing. He's got good combos. He mixes up to the head, the body. I like his defense, especially for a fight like a Josh Emmett where he's going to be at a major speed advantage and just a major technicality advantage. He doesn't have to worry about much except for big overhands that Josh Emmett likes to throw. He's got good cardio management. He's got good kicks as well. I like that. Good wrestling, good grappling. He's got a good chin. He's overall a very good fighter. Very well-rounded. I like him a lot. He doesn't have a crazy knockout power like an Ilya. But in his last couple fights, Giga knocked him out nasty, spinning back fist. Looked good defensively, was moving, bobbing and weaving, good head movement, like I said. Fought with Danny Silva. He did get hit a little bit, but Danny Silva's a much more dynamic striker than a Josh Emmett, who just, like I said, wings overhands. And then he had a very competitive fight with Gene Silva. Ate some big shots from him, so I trust in his chin. And Josh Emmett, he's got good durability. It's hard to finish him. Ilya didn't finish him. I know he was kind of holding back a little bit because the punch, you don't want to give him that puncher's chance by overextending or opening yourself up, which I think Kevin Vallejos could go for an approach like that. But maybe he wants to make a statement and get a finish. So I think he could if he mixes it up to the body well, brings the hands down. I think he could find like a big shot, especially with the speed advantage that he's gonna have here. Maybe he gets out grappled as well. Kevin Vallejos goes to his own wrestling. I could see that as well. To get the hands lower, to get Josh Emmett thinking about takedowns, to open up shots to the head, like using the body work as well. I think to see him doing a slip over Josh Emmett's like slow jab or slow overhand and just coming back with the counter and chinning him. And I think he get this one done. I think he could get a knockout here. I'll go if it's gonna be. I'm not banking on a knockout, but I think if he does, it'll be like a round 3 or 4 where he just he feels out Josh Emmett early on, starts piecing him up late first, early second round, starts to take over and just beating the shit out of Josh Emmett round by round, and then like really wearing on him because Josh Emmett is old. He's not looked good his last few fights. He has a lot of damage over his career because he doesn't have a crazy amount of fights, but he's taken some damage, of course. And I think It's going to be a dominant decision, like a 50-45, 50-44, 50-43, something like that. Or a knockout, I think third or fourth round, I could see from Kevin Vallejos just taking over the fight, piecing him up, maybe going into the grappling, going to the body, mixing up to the head with the counters, and I think you get a knockout here. I'll go round 3 or 4 by a knockout, but if not, obviously, a dominant decision. I don't think Josh Emmett's going to win a round or have much success in this fight at all. I think he's going to get absolutely fucking destroyed by Kevin Vallejos, and we are getting a knockout. So yeah, those are my picks and predictions for Emmett versus Vallejos. A very, very good Apex card. I'm very excited for this one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and subscribe for more.